pictured myself turning around and walking off. And when I did that, I didn't look back. I surrendered completely. And guess what? From that moment, everything changed for me. I'm free to be me. And this is when I started connecting to Mohanji inside, and you everything awakens. Sometimes you can see Mohanji in your third eye. If you're doing Maitri healing, I asked Mohanji not to, I don't want to get involved, because in the healing, what happens is you're just an intermediary. But in real life, you can't be an intermediary. You're a participant. But when you surrender, you're not an active participant, because Mohanji is walking. And then you feel like, this beautiful story about Jesus. There's only one set of footprints in the sea sand. And, the person asked, but Jesus, where were you? And Jesus said, I was carrying you, my child.
Yes, yes, that's a beautiful story. Yeah.
Yes, I feel Mohanji is carrying me. So I have surrendered, completely at peace. I do things that are fearless, things I wouldn't have done before. And this is the switch, the trigger is surrender.
Yep.
And you get to that point, it's super empowering. Super empowering. You get to that point, you're not going back. You will never go back.
That would be nice if one day, I know I'm working on it, and I notice the difference when I'm surrendering every day. It has to be an everyday thing for me. It cannot be a one-time event where I say, I surrender to you. And I kind of, I have to be honest with you, I am not that connected with Mohanji. I'm just starting to be connected to him. I'm more into say, I think because I don't have his picture, I have to. But I have Sai Baba all the time in all over the house. I carry him in my luggage when I travel. I have to make sure I have my Sai Baba picture with me. But I don't have a picture of Mohanji. And maybe that's why I'm not connected with him. I'm connected with his voice when I do the meditation, but I don't have that kind of connection that you describe. And I kind of, not really envy, but a healthy envy that I wish I could get there. It's a healthy envy.
Darling, this does not happen overnight. You battle. The mind, when you start watching your mind in a detached way, Mohanji says it fights back to survive because it controls us. We get all those patterns and inclinations of mind controls us. Imagine this external mechanism that's not us. We are pure consciousness, unbound consciousness. When we get into who we are and we get to the point of stillness, we become super beings, where all our we would say along our kundalini, all your chakras get activated, your siddhis, which is your gifts, come alive, get triggered. People can actually swim underwater. People can actually elevate. These are just siddhis. Lord Hanuman, used to do all of this. Baba, there's so many miracles in Dwaraka Mai with Baba. It's just, are people paying attention? I don't know. It's when this book is read, you are reading with your heart, heart, and you're processing with your third eye, not just terrestrial, And I feel that that's where all of you are, if you are here in session. That's pretty profound. So stay blessed, Diana. That's beautiful.
I would like to add something too. Whether we're talking about Mohanji or such as Sai Baba, they're all the same, Even if you don't have a picture of Mohanji, you're still connecting to his consciousness through Baba's consciousness. They're all one. All forms are one. So we don't have to worry whether we're connecting to this form or to that form. But in reality, they're all one. The real truth of them is that they're one consciousness.
Correct. That's right. I forgot about that because that's the first topic. One of the topic is the institutions of saints. They work in unison under the common authority of the Almighty and know full well what the other is doing, supplementing the other's work where necessary. I'm aware of that intellectually, that they are all one. In fact, actually, when I feel a little bit guilty sometimes that I don't talk to Jesus, I say, I know you're all one. So I do remind myself that because of that. But yeah, but I think it would be nice if I can also meditate with, Sai Baba and Mohanji's picture. So somebody sent on I think it's you, Sandra, that a lot of pictures of Mohanji in different places. And I have, oh my God, I love them all. But I have one close up. There's just so many that I said. So I clicked and took pictures of them. And then maybe I can have them printed, or I don't know. I'll ask my husband to do it for me, so I can have also a picture of Mohanji. But thank you for sharing that online. I know it was you because I said, "Oh my God, where did Sandra get all these pictures? They're all very good." So what about Wiwi? What is your take about having peace of mind? Because you are also a young mother, and as I said, I was not a worrywart until I became a mother, and that was many years ago. But now it's improving. It's improving when I started surrendering. So actually, to Mohanji in the hospital, because he talked about surrender in one of his YouTube, and I listened to it.
For me, I've learned, like what Mohanji taught me, just to embrace every moment and take it as it happens. So I get peace from that. It's just like honoring that it's God's will for me, it's what's meant to happen. And of course, like what you said, it's also surrendering and having that awareness. Like also what Ma'am Sandra said, the stillness in your mind and in your heart. Every moment. I know I'm a mother, but I early learned this around 2006 that my kids are not mine. I'm just guiding them. So from that day on, that I took that lesson with my heart that I don't own them. The worries are gone, and I just allow God to lead them with their life in their path.
So beautiful.
Okay.
So nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
No ownership.
No ownership.
That's the thing.
We are not the
Kathy?
doers. It's I have to have that all the time, everywhere. You are not the doer. You don't own anything.
Even your body.
Yes.
There's
You know,
another.
these are very, very deep and profound insights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Stanley.
Hello. Hello, Ate Joanna. Yes, just to share a short insight on what we have talked about during as a summary to the whole chapter 21, no. Uh what was said there that meeting your guru and also, walking in this path of bhakti guru, it is indication that in your previous lives you have accumulated this good karma, no. That's why in this life you have been placed in a position where you have been graced to meet your guru. So this grace, it does not just happen because of hello.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we're listening.
Yes. um this 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 meeting with the guru and walking the path is not just our own doing, actually that's just a small percent of it. But the much larger percentage of why we are in this path, it is because of our Guru's grace. It's our Guru's love. He infused uh, his disciples with this chance. That's why um, like what was said in the story, that we cannot meet the Guru unless this was from a fruit of the previous incarnations. But the main thing, or the very heart of it, comes from the Guru's grace, including our expressions of bhakti, the 9 levels of bhakti. So we can do all of them, but it becomes empty when our hearts are not infused with the Guru's grace. So what fuels it, like Sandra shared earlier, it expresses that um the essence of it when she saw Mohanji in all things, because her heart is open to the true bhakti. And when your heart is open to true bhakti, you will see God and the Guru in all things, and you will surrender your whole self to that state of pure love and pure devotion in bliss.
Wow.
So that's my that's what I have in the sharing.
That's beautiful.
Miss Yun.
That's very beautiful, as well as all the other sharings. Sometimes you get speechless. It's, there are things that hear, but sometimes it's so nice to hear it from others. Nothing is new. They say nothing is new under the sun. That is true. The truth, there's only one truth, and it's eternal. But it's always nice for me to hear it from others. Everything that is here, when I hear it, it becomes reinforced in me. And I just love listening to others' take on certain things that, as I said, I know intellectually, but I have not experienced all of them yet. So it's so nice to hear it personally from others.
Absolutely. Like-minded people, birds of a feather, there's a reason why we all are here. So it's beautiful.
This is all God's grace again that we met. We all know that nothing is accidental or coincidence. There's a synchronicity in the world. And I think we still have a few minutes. I have a question to the group. What is your take about Mohanji's recent message about I'm not coming back? I kind of felt, I know some people were, I have mixed, I felt sad. I haven't even met him in person yet. And, I know what you mean, that, I could meet him anywhere, anytime. But what is your take on that? What he's been saying lately, that, do what you have to do. I mean, what the right thing to do, whatever is what we're doing now. But maybe somebody else has an insight about, I know when he says he's not coming back, he's not going to probably reincarnate soon. Unlike Baba, he said that in 2 years, there will be another one, who will come, or such as Sai Baba said the same thing. But how do you feel about Mohanji's not coming back? Maybe he's coming back in spirit, but what he means probably is he's not going to reincarnate.
Yes.
Why are you asking the question? Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll try to answer. When he said that he's not coming back, because this is according to the other masters that connected to Mohanji, this is his last incarnation already. He just took this
Oh,
body. He just took this body to guide his previous devotees to liberation. Meaning, this is our last chance. There's a window opening of window for us to get liberated this lifetime with Mohanji's help, because not all master teaches liberation. It, uh, it's very rare you can hear these words from other master that they want you to get liberated or for dissolution. So Mohanji guides us to get to the end point or dissolution already. It's a very hard path because dissolution, meaning you have to dissolve everything and merge with God. So that's his mission to help us into liberation. And it's a tiny window and it's going to close soon. And I hope that we can, be with Mohanji to guide us to, yeah. Maybe Sandra could add too. She knows about it.
it's more like intuitive guidance, how I feel because of my connection to, we all are connected, but I feel, my connection to Mohanji guides me. So I feel that Mohanji took a physical form, okay, because in order to communicate with us. And he's a master that actually meets us at a very contemporary level. Because when you speak to him, it is like speaking to a friend, a father, like someone you love, you can relate to. He doesn't talk down to you, doesn't talk up to you. He's simple, he's unassuming, he's approachable. So he took this uncluttered form. He didn't come in his royal form. He's been kings in other lives and whatever. No, Mohanji is actually, he didn't need to come back to any incarnation because he had dissolved. It was his heart, his unconditional love for humanity that made him come to this life. He's not coming back, yes, because we are at the end of times. I just feel that. We get to decide. This is like I feel even with the Maitri that I'm doing, the Maitri method healings, everything is speeding up. I don't know whether you picked that up also. He's speeding up. People are having incredible, profound connections during the healings. There was one lady who doesn't even know Mohanji Dina, not even, she hasn't met him. She has a shop. She's used to sell, certain prayer goods and whatever to the team members that used to get things sorted out for the retreats. But she never met him. But she has this, connection to him at a subtle level. My goodness. During the Maitri, well, it took a few because as an adult, there's a lot of blockages, that to get us to the point where we're flowing clearly, like purely stable. And she perceives a column of light from her Kundalini, which is her, the stairway to heaven, our spine, straight up into the air. Because I understand that not just intuitively. At the last retreat with Mohanji, I actually experienced it. Mohanji said, look, where we were all sitting and meditating for a short time outside, he said, look at the portal. When I turned, first I didn't see it. Then from the side of my eyes, like your peripheral vision, that means you got to look with your third eye. I saw this huge column of light just going up into the universe. And it was such an amazing vision, like you see things in real time, because it clarifies as you turn and you look and you see this thing. And we created, he says, each one of us. Once we come online, that's who we are. Just there are a lot of blockages. People are confused, there's the mind, there's a lot of mind control, also affecting humanity. So what Mohanji does is he came to get rid of the clutter. And he just does it. Everything's clear. You know, he is able to affect our causal layer. Very few masters have that ability. Causal layer, nobody can touch. And you cannot ask for that grace. That grace comes on its own. Causal layer is where everything that affects us can't change. But Mohanji is a master of such power and magnitude that he can change it.
Wow.
Only his grace can change it.
Wow.
And I've seen that with people. It's been, I'm actually so galvanized by what's happening now. There's a quickening. There's people are remembering who they are. They're connecting faster and they're reaching out, which is what each one of us are doing here right now, reaching out to find ourselves. That's what Mohanji says. I'm just a mirror of who you are. He's not saying I'm it. He's not saying follow me. He says know yourself because you are already that. And he clears, you know, all the blocks that we have accumulated over hundreds and thousands of lives. He clears. It takes a lot of doing. Some people have tons of baggage, tons. And these things are real because I do Maitri using Mohanji energy. You would know that too. You're also a Maitri healer. No, the energy is amazing. So I feel it here.
How do we get this Maitri healing?
Well, Vivi is a Maitri healer, and we do distant healing. Yeah, we do distant healing.
Can we do it in the group as well? Can it be done?
Yes, certain healers that have reached that level can do it for many people. But I do it one-on-one, but distant. Do you also do distant, Vivi? Yeah.
Yes.
So these things. Yes, I'm actually feeling Mohanji's energy as we're talking about this, because it's you know, Mohanji is present always. He's always present, and Maitri is powerful. Maitri is powerful. You feel Mohanji, feel. Yeah, there's a lot happening.
I feel like an outsider because I don't have all the things that you're talking about.
Me
you're
too.
getting there.
I haven't done Maitri, so it's okay.
You know,
we with Mohanji.
Yeah, but I don't know how much time you guys got. We'll have to make sure.
We have many. We have this is unlimited, right? Yeah.
Unlimited.
Oh, okay. We're blessed today because I really need this badly today.
Yeah, but I don't do Maitri for many. I do Maitri one-on-one. Because a lot comes out. There are other healers that are sanctioned by Mohanji at higher levels, and it takes time to get there. And even though it's as powerful, I can actually feel Mohanji's presence as I speak to you guys. I'm sweating, and I don't do many. Really, it's you, I think.
How can we connect with you one-on-one?
Well, one-on-one is done privately. Distance.
How can we connect with you one-on-one?
Messenger.
Well, through Messenger or WhatsApp. We read Messenger or WhatsApp. And I think what's important is for that healing to happen, and we will also advise that it's important, okay, that you keep your spine straight. If you're sitting, your spine must be straight. I prefer, because of my experience, for people to actually lie down, because what happens is, I find most times Mohanji takes people into deep sleep. Don't you find that, Wee? They just disappear. And, you know, they're gone because then I had a young girl just the other day. I was just, you know, I obviously disappear because I don't know where I am. You know, I'm conducting it physically one-on-one, which is not something I normally do. I do distant healing. And this child was talking to Mohanji astrally.
Wow.
And then I could just feel the energy. You know, it's like I was disappearing and I was there. I was disappearing and I was there. So, I mean, that's how powerful Mohanji was there. Mohanji is everywhere, to be honest. You know, Mohanji just comes and does, we call, Maitri healers call, and Mohanji comes astrally to do the healing. It is important that the healer is a channel, an intermediary, and your purity and your connection to Mohanji is very important, because that's how much energy comes through Mohanji, through you, you know, because you're a conduit, you know. So profound healings have been happening. And Wiwi, it'll be wonderful to hear more from you, because you are Maitri over there in the Philippines, you know. So it's actually a lot happening.
Yeah, here I
Sorry.
just practice for friends and relatives with the mighty
Okay.
healing.
More people need to know about it, because it's very powerful. I find Mohanji is it's I can't explain. I find it is out of this world. People are they're not interacting only on Earth. Many people are actually moving to other dimensions and seeing themselves in different incarnations. And you know, we all are not just human beings. You know, this is just one incarnation. You know, Mohanji says a lot of people that have taken human form are actually extraterrestrials from other dimensions, other universes, other galaxies, you know. So they come from different places, and they come to experience end of times. Kali Yuga is end of times. We are in time of great shifts on Earth. And you'll find that consciousness is speeding up everywhere. It's, for me, I just feel like we are on a rocket. And I always say, hold on tight, because I feel there's just so much happening.
I hate to burst the bubble, but when you live in America at this time for the last, I would say, I don't want to say names, but things have changed. The dynamics of the benevolent America that I knew as a child, that when I first came here, it has changed. The dynamic in America has changed. It's very negative, very fractured. Not just our political system, but people are into hate, disinformation, and putting everybody down, and all ego. I have to be the one to have this. We are the one that you should. But anyway, just to summarize, if you read the news about what's happening in America, it's hard to believe that we are all evolving, because I don't see that. However, in some groups that I have online, I can feel that everybody is evolving. But in general, the society here is very materialistic, very into power and ego trip, and very fractured. We are a fractured society right now, and I feel sad about that. So it's hard for me to unless I'm with you, unless when I'm in a group like this one, then I believe that we are evolving, but not when you see people every day. You know what I mean?
You know,
it's
that's
hard.
a very good point, Diana. That's a good point. But let me just be clear on this. This is how it is all over the world. This is the period, our darkest period. Most people are lost. Do you know why you are sitting here today? It's because you are special. You are that portal of light, wherever you are. Mohanji is empowering the people that are ready. You know, I feel like it's increasing our energy multifold, because as I sat in front of him in Serbia, because I know usually I sit in the back, you know, I don't actually go to the front, because I feel Mohanji inside. This time I felt myself walking without intention right to the front. I sat on a chair in the front row facing Mohanji, and I was completely clueless how I got there. All I know is I was sitting there, and while I'm sitting there, I feel Mohanji, even though he's talking and having satsang with everybody, there was interaction at my third eye and my crown chakra, you know. So he was working on not just me, Not just me. It'll be ego to just assume that it's just me. Because I know I prefer to sit in the back, and because I don't need to be so close to his physical body. But when he's working with us and he's doing specific things, it is important that we are receptive, we are open. No one is saying that, you can't come with a closed mind. I find that even with healing, to receive Mohanji's healing, you've got to be receptive. You've got to be ready to let go. And the people that are here now are special, because we are the ones that will help the others who are struggling. Most of the people in the world are struggling. That is true. But we are going to be the light bearers, beings of light that will, coming into ourselves. Joanna, you have a lot more to say on that, because you speak so well about that,
Regarding what again?
Being the light.
Yeah, I'm just
being
saying.
the light.
Light.
Regarding what's happening in US. Yeah, Miss
No,
Diana.
being a torch bearer, being the light
Oh,
as being
To
one
help
of the
other
light
people.
torch bearer.
Yeah. You came back from America to the Philippines. I told you for a reason. There's a reason why you're there. Otherwise, you would have been in the Philippines. Dinah is in the Philippines. You are born in the Philippines, Dinah? Were you born in the Philippines?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But you reside in the US and you've been there a long time. There's a reason why you are there. From what I read, and listening to Mohanji, and you also can have input on this, I feel that there is going to be a lot happening in Europe and the States, US. But US is going to be a place of great change, huge change. But the shift that's going to be happening on Earth, anybody's guess. Mohanji doesn't say it's going to come in a specific form. He does not tell us that. Because people go into a flat panic, to be honest. If he has to say something, oh, there'll be a huge earthquake, there'll be tsunamis or anything like that, people just panic. Please know that we are protected. We're here to help. How can we get to the point of helping? We've got to help ourselves align and stabilize and realize who we are. And you do it intuitively inside. And the intellect helps us get to that point, right? Intellect helps us get to a point, but it is our heart, the love, when we reach that highest frequency, which is unconditional love. That is what Mohanji is, highest frequency. He's the mirror. So I like to say, I am Mohanji, Mohanji is me. There is no separation. I just bring myself to that humble place. So there's no ownership, there's no doership. If it's ego, my ego is long gone, because I see Mohanji in every one of you. I also see Mohanji in you. You reciprocate that. You see the mirror effect, and you understand. So everything comes with awareness. It takes us from this egotistic state, which is so natural for us to be, and we get to the point where we become whole, because Mohanji says all the darkness, all the confusion, everything that holds us down from realizing who we are is merely all the patterns that we picked up over lifetimes. And that's what he works on during Maitri, And it takes a longer time for a lot of people to actually get to the point where they're flowing. You can feel the energy is flowing beautifully, but they need more than just one session to get there. Depends. So it's actually beautiful. I would love to see conscious dancing happening, guys. That would be fun.
You started.
Through conscious dancing.
Yes.
Let's have
Ask
a
David.
I was listening to conscious walking. Mohanji was teaching about conscious walking. I just saw that last night. So
Me too.
I'm trying.
I just saw the conscious walking just this morning. So wow.
Last night.
I try to
here. We did that at the beach, Tita. When Subashri and Chai were here last 2019, we did conscious dancing and conscious walking here in
Who was that?
Bye.
I'm sorry, who is that?
Shubhashri.
Subashri, UK. They
I don't
went
know him.
here. No, they went here in Rojas City, 2019.
Who?
She
They
doesn't,
did Subashri.
she's not familiar with Suba.
So people from
Ah.
UK, the acharyas from UK, went to Rojas City for the Mohanji Acharya program. So we did conscious dancing and conscious walking at Bye Bye.
Oh, wow. Do you have
Together
any
with you,
video of that?
what, Tita?
Do you have any
Video?
recording of that?
I'll ask Harvey for a video.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
right
that's
now.
good. That's nice. That's a good sign. We're hoping that Mohanji Philippines will be, well, we just had that certificate of, why don't you tell
Yay.
Sandra about the news
Did you get
that
it?
Mohanji Philippines have been given a certificate by the government to what? I don't even understand what it means.
We are registered already, meaning we are legal.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't do that.
Maybe-
Wow.
The other day, I saw the certificate.
Yeah.
So what does it
So-
mean? Basically, in terms of day to day,
We
what
can
does it mean?
we can transact legally already, meaning
Yeah, we
all
can-
our transaction is
Someone, yeah. And we will be recognized by the Mohanji Foundation because we're registered in the country, in the Philippines, as a group.
as
Wow.
yeah. Meaning we
Am I
have
part of that? Am I part of that?
yes, we're part of
course.
it.
Okay, I'm new. I'm relatively new, so that's why I'm asking because I don't want to presume anything. I know I'm in this group, but I don't presume that. So
Diana, you are
very
please.
excited for you guys. I hope you can make it to Shirdi in December because I can't. But
Don't say can't. Set an intention. Pray from your heart. Mochi doesn't miss anything. No. Get that, Diana. Do not, you're a creator. So do not create a negative. Create a positive. Change that dynamic. You're a creator. Whatever you say becomes your reality. That's how powerful. Mochi teaches us that we are powerful beings. Make no mistake that you can just be aware of your unlimited potential. Be aware of how beautiful you are. Accept yourself. Everything is possible with Mochi's grace makes everything, no blockages. Things just happen. You know, life is smooth. There's no bumps in life. His grace makes my life just flow. So that's why I make time to be here in the middle of my day. For me, it's the middle of my day, so I'm going to run to the bank. Oh, I'm going to be back. You know, I'm rushing. Sometimes I'm a few minutes late, so forgive me because it's the middle of my busy day. And it's your night. So, you know, Philippines is what? What time is it in the Philippines now?
7 p.m.
9?
7.
Ah,
Yeah.
7. Okay. Okay.
it's
the
in the
end of your
morning
day.
here. I had to get up at 4:30 in the morning to get ready for a 5 o'clock because our 5 o'clock here is 6 o'clock in the Philippines. We're
Phew.
13 hours.
Wow. Wow. So we all are here connecting from different parts of the world with one consciousness. We are all family, you know. You think you're different, you're not. You think you're unconnected, you're not. Get it. Understand who you are. You have known the masters for lifetimes. Make no mistake. You wouldn't be sitting here. You're an intellectual. You know, you could get lost in your intellectual world, take a book and read, but you're not doing that. You're looking for yourself. That is only you know, the level of your spiritual maturity over lifetimes that brings you to this point. We are at such a junction, a space-time junction point, that it's at the most, you know, it is a powerful period in the history of humanity. Mohanji is doing something really special. I do not have all the answers, but I'm feeling it. I can see what's happening with people, you know. So yeah, just let go. Just know who you are. Just believe in yourself and accept yourself. It's okay. Everything is okay. Don't think you're too poor or you're too rich. Money doesn't matter. Intellectual aptitude doesn't matter. What matters is something that money can't buy. Inside, right? Your internal connection to consciousness. This Mohanji is consciousness in a body. Maha Avatar Babaji is consciousness in the body. These are all masters that came to teach humanity. You know, so it's a beautiful thing that's happening. It's an exciting time. Even though it's a lot going to happen, but it's an exciting time.
That's very nice to have this kind of hope that you have spoken. Again, it's very nice to hear it from others. You know, it's very, it's an affirmation or a validation of a lot of things that we all know, but it's always nice to share it with others. So I really appreciate being in this group. I don't know how I was involved, actually. It just came on suddenly. Suddenly within the last 3 to 4 weeks, I think. That's when and I don't know them from before except for Wiwi. And it's like meeting old friends or old sisters or mothers or whatever. I feel very much at home with everybody, and including Stanley and Babaji.
Oh, so beautiful.
Thank you for this session. So
well, thank you for allowing us to use your Zoom.
We can use everything.
Okay, so well, we will continue with our Satsaritra tomorrow, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for the pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sairam. Thank you, Stanley. Thank you, Miss Dinah. Thank you, Sandra. Till tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.